This is the Brother CS6000i. It fires up but doesn't sew. Watch the needle plate. It isn't supposed to lift up and the needle is hitting it. See the damage? I'm Ollie, this is Simply Stitchy. Should I fix it or chuck it? The presser foot doesn't belong to this machine. Let's take it off for a closer look. It's a vintage hinged foot, probably from a machine from the 1960s or 70s. But that's okay, this is a Brother sewing machine. It can take generic low shank presser feet. It can also take presser feet from other Brother machines. So I'm not bothered about the foot. This machine does have some issues though. The needle plate is lifting, the needle is catching, and the hand wheel is sluggish. Let's take a look inside to find out what's going on. First, make sure it's not plugged in, then take the needle plate off and remove the needle so you don't stab yourself with it. Don't worry about the plate falling apart, it's designed that way, and that feature is going to come in handy later on in this video. I'm popping the screws back in so I don't lose them. Next, the bobbin housing has to come out. There's a bit of damage, but I think it's okay. Now to remove the screws from the plastic casing. There are 7 on the back. You don't need special or fancy screwdrivers for this machine. I'm using a Phillips I picked up at a charity shop years ago. The holes go quite deep, so you may have to jiggle the machine a bit to get them out. Yes, jiggle is definitely a technical term. Ta-da! Once out, put the screws somewhere safe and in such a way you can remember which one goes where. And don't forget this sneaky screw here. There is always one more pesky screw lurking somewhere on plastic machines, usually hidden from view. So if you can't get the case off, check for another screw. It could be anywhere. Sewing machine makers like to keep you guessing. I know it's here somewhere. A clue would be nice, like a little label saying next screw is here. Oh, this bit is wobbling. Will it come off? How does it come off? A little arrow or something. Just anything to say push here. I can honestly say working on the older machines is a lot less frustrating. Bingo! Finally! Look, told you there would be another screw. So that's 7 screws on the back and 1 on the front. And there's the inside of the machine. Cool, isn't it? You can disconnect these wires so the front comes right off. I'm not going to. The computer is fine, and I'm a firm believer of the old adage, if something's working, don't mess with it. That hand wheel feels very stiff and it's sticking in places. And we have debris. Time for a clean. A cotton bud or Q-tip is handy for getting dust off the working parts. Make sure to work from inside to out though, so you don't push the dust further into the machine. Need a little bit of extra light here. Sorry if the focus goes out. My camera doesn't like the torch, but I couldn't see what I was doing without it. This gear is choked with lint. It all needs to come off. Out come the tweezers. Oh gosh, there's a spanner in the works, in the shape of a loose thread. This lint is never ending. It's no wonder this machine didn't sew. I think I need a better tool to clear this. My vacuum cleaner. You don't need a special cleaner, any household vacuum will do. Just don't hit any of the electrics or inner workings with the nozzle. Would a smaller vacuum make the job easier? Yes, of course it would. But unless you're looking at fixing machines for a living, just use what you have to hand. I'm going to really focus on the feed dog and bobbin area. It's mean. Again, turning the hand wheel to get to all the parts of that gear. You can use canned air. I don't have any to hand, so I'm using Tim's compressor with a nozzle that was attached to it. Yes, there are better nozzles. Could I find one? No. So I'm using what I have to hand. Besides, it shows you that you don't need special tools. This is the only time you can use canned air on a modern sewing machine, when the cover is off, and only ever blow the air outwards, never towards the electronics. Next thing to do, oil the machine. I tend to be a bit liberal with oil and pretty much oil any metal part that moves against another metal part, except gears. I use grease on gears, silicone mostly, sometimes moly, depends on the gears. That hand wheel is starting to loosen up now. Time to put it back together. Make sure you get the screws back in the right places. Now to replace the needle plate. Oh, wait a minute. I told you the needle plate splitting would come in handy. That's why it's designed that way, for ditzy dumplings like me. Gotta be honest, this faceplate part is annoying. Look what I found in the machine, the tip of a broken needle, probably caused by a previous owner sewing over pins. I also found this little guy. Looking good, let's give it a test drive. Using denim. Not too bad at all. That straight stitch looks really good. Now for the zigzag. So all this machine needed was a bit of TLC and a really good clean. And that's the thing. Before you give up on any sewing machine, make sure it's free from debris. Did you think the fix would be as simple as a clean? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.